Ever wondered how far researchers have pushed the boundaries of the human mind? From simulated prisons to shocking obedience experiments, psychology has delved into some truly unusual territory. Let's explore 10 such experiments. The Stanford Prison Experiment. In the infamous Stanford Prison Experiment, conducted by Philip Zimbardo in 1971, participants were randomly assigned roles as guards or prisoners in a simulated prison environment. The study aimed to investigate the psychological effects of perceived power dynamics within a prison setting. However, the experiment quickly spiraled out of control as guards began exhibiting abusive behavior, while prisoners experienced extreme distress and emotional turmoil. Despite its intended 2-week duration, the study was terminated after only 6 days due to the alarming and unethical behaviors it provoked. The results of the Stanford Prison Experiment highlighted the profound influence of situational factors on human behavior, sparking ethical debates and prompting further research into the dynamics of power and authority. The Milgram Experiment. In the groundbreaking Milgram Experiment, conducted by Stanley Milgram in the 1960s, participants were instructed to administer electric shocks to another person, an actor, when they answered questions incorrectly. Despite the actor's apparent distress and pleas to stop, many participants continued to administer shocks when instructed to do so by an authority figure. The study aimed to investigate obedience to authority figures and the extent to which individuals would obey orders, even if it meant causing harm to others. The results were shocking, revealing the powerful influence of authority on human behavior, with many participants displaying a willingness to follow orders, even at the expense of another person's well-being. The Milgram experiment raised profound ethical concerns and sparked debates about the balance between obedience to authority and individual morality. The Little Albert Experiment. In the influential Little Albert Experiment, conducted by John B. Watson and Rosalie Rayner in 1920, the researchers aimed to demonstrate classical conditioning in humans. They conditioned a young boy named Little Albert to fear a white rat by pairing its presence with a loud, startling noise. As a result, Little Albert developed a fear of not only the rat, but also other similar furry objects, demonstrating the generalization of fear response. This experiment provided significant insights into the principles of classical conditioning and the development of phobias. However, it also raised ethical concerns due to the psychological harm inflicted on Little Albert and the lack of informed consent. The Little Albert Experiment remains a landmark study in psychology, highlighting the ethical complexities of research involving human participants and the importance of safeguarding their well-being. The Robbers Cave Experiment. In the Robbers Cave Experiment, conducted by Muzaffar Sherif in 1954, researchers investigated intergroup conflict and cooperation. Boys at a summer camp were divided into 2 groups, which developed strong group identities. The experimenters then introduced competitive activities, leading to hostility between the groups. Later, cooperative tasks helped to reduce hostility. This study demonstrated the dynamics of intergroup behavior and highlighted the potential for shared goals to promote cooperation and reduce conflict. The Robbers Cave Experiment provided valuable insights into social identity, prejudice, and the conditions that contribute to intergroup hostility and cooperation. The Ash Conformity Experiment. In the seminal Ash Conformity Experiment, conducted by Solomon Asch in the 1950s, participants were asked to complete a simple perceptual task in the presence of Confederates who intentionally gave incorrect answers. Despite knowing the correct answer, many participants conformed to the incorrect group consensus. This study demonstrated the power of social influence and the tendency for individuals to conform to group norms, even when those norms are clearly incorrect. The Ash Conformity Experiment highlighted the importance of independence and critical thinking in the face of social pressure. It remains one of the most famous and influential experiments in psychology, shedding light on the dynamics of conformity and the human need for social approval. The Hawthorne Effect. The Hawthorne Effect, although not a specific experiment, refers to changes in behavior that occur when people know they are being observed. It was observed during studies conducted at the Hawthorne Works plant in the 1920s and 1930s, where workers' productivity increased when they knew they were being studied. This phenomenon highlighted the awareness individuals have of being observed and its potential to influence behavior. While the exact mechanisms of the Hawthorne effect are still debated, it has had a significant impact on research methods and interpretations in various fields, emphasizing the need to consider the influence of observation and awareness on study outcomes. The Bobo doll experiment. In the Bobo doll experiment, conducted by Albert Bandura in 1961, children were exposed to different models of behavior towards a Bobo doll. Some children observed aggressive behavior towards the doll, while others observed non-aggressive behavior or no behavior. Children who watched an adult model aggressive behavior toward the doll were more likely to imitate that behavior themselves. This study demonstrated the effects of observational learning on aggression and highlighted the role of modeling in shaping behavior. The Bobo doll experiment provided valuable insights into social learning theory and the influence of media violence on children's behavior, sparking further research into the effects of observational learning on aggression and other behaviors. The Marshmallow Test. In the Marshmallow Test, conducted by Walter Mischel in the 1960s and 1970s, children were offered a choice between a small reward, like a marshmallow immediately, or a larger reward if they waited for a short period of time. The test assessed children's ability to delay gratification. Follow-up studies suggested that children who were able to delay gratification had better life outcomes, such as higher academic achievement and better social and emotional well-being. The Marshmallow Test highlighted the importance of self-control and delayed gratification in predicting future success, and has had a significant impact on research in developmental psychology and behavioral economics. The Monster Study. The Monster Study, conducted by Wendell Johnson in 1939, aimed to induce stuttering in orphan children by giving them negative feedback about their speech. The experiment involved dividing the children into two groups. One group received positive feedback about their speech, while the other group received negative feedback, being told they showed signs of stuttering. The study was highly controversial and criticized for its ethical implications, as it caused psychological harm to the participants. The Monster Study raised important questions about research ethics and the treatment of vulnerable populations, leading to changes in research regulations to protect the rights and well-being of research participants. The Bystander Effect. The Bystander Effect, although not a specific experiment, refers to the phenomenon where individuals are less likely to help in emergency situations when others are present. This effect was highlighted by the murder of Kitty Genovese in 1964, where many witnesses failed to intervene or call for help despite her cries for assistance. Research on the bystander effect has revealed factors that influence helping behavior, such as the number of bystanders present, diffusion of responsibility, and social influence. Understanding the bystander effect is crucial for promoting pro-social behavior and improving emergency response strategies. In conclusion, the experiments we've explored today offer a fascinating glimpse into the depths of human behavior and psychology. From the notorious Stanford prison experiment to the groundbreaking Milgram experiment, each study has left an indelible mark on our understanding of human nature. These experiments have revealed the profound influence of social dynamics, authority figures, and situational factors on individual behavior. They have shown us the power of conformity, obedience, and observational learning, often prompting us to question our assumptions about morality, free will, and the nature of reality itself. Yet, alongside these insights come ethical dilemmas and profound ethical concerns. The Little Albert experiment and the Monster Study remind us of the ethical responsibilities we bear when conducting research, particularly when it involves vulnerable populations. Moreover, these experiments underscore the importance of critical thinking, empathy, and compassion in navigating the complexities of human interactions. They remind us that our actions and decisions are not just influenced by our own internal motivations, but also by the social contexts in which we find ourselves. As we reflect on these experiments, let us not only marvel at the ingenuity of their designs, but also remain vigilant in upholding ethical standards and promoting the well-being of all individuals. By continuing to explore the mysteries of the human mind with integrity and empathy, we can hope to build a brighter and more understanding future for all.